Hello and welcome to the Ultimate Twitter for Beginners Tutorial 2022. By the end of today's Twitter for Beginners tutorial, you are just going to feel so confident in how to actually set up your Twitter account. What is a DM? How to send your first tweet? What is a retweet? How to create a list? We are going to go through all the features of Twitter. I promise you, this will be the easiest, most in-depth Twitter tutorial for beginners that you will find on YouTube. So let's stop the talking. Let's go over to my computer and set up your brand new Twitter account.
Okay, let's do this. So you're going to go to twitter.com and then you're going to see this account right here. So you can either sign up with your Gmail account, Apple, or you can sign up with a different email address or your phone number. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up with my email address. Okay, so the name. Now, this is not your name for your Twitter username. This is just your name. So we're just going to put Veena V here for now. I don't want to sign up with my phone. I want to sign up with my email address. So use email instead. Oh, also, you're going to see me use my Gmail account now. The reason I didn't put sign up with Gmail here is because I'm actually using this Twitter account and lots of people are going to access it. It's not just me. So for now, I just wanted to do it this way. But if you are using a Gmail account, you can simply click on there and it just makes it slightly more easier. But let me just show you doing it this way. So use email instead. So you just pop in your email address. If you haven't got an email address or you want to create a Gmail account, I will link below how to create a Gmail account from scratch. So oxfordcreators@gmail.com. So this is for a business. I'm setting up this Twitter account today. So I'm just going to put a random birthday. Obviously, you need to be over 18 to set up Twitter. I think it's over 18 to set up a Twitter. So let me just put 2000. I really wasn't born in the year 2000, but let's just put that for today. That's more near my son's birthday, actually. Okay, so customize your experience. I don't want to receive emails. I get too many emails. Connect with people you know. I'm not going to do that either. I'm not actually going to click on any of those. I'm simply going to click on next. Right, so create your account. Here, actually, because I'm doing this for my business, I'm going to put in the business name rather than my name. So Oxford, the Oxford Creators. Next, next. And then we're going to go sign up. Right, so now you need to make sure your email address is popped up. So conveniently, I've done mine already. So we need to pop in the verification code. So let's go over to our email address. So the one we just signed up for Twitter. Let's go there. This is the verification code. So all we're going to do is highlight it. And if you're on a Mac, I press Control-C. So that's copied that code now. So Control-C. And then we're going to go back over to Twitter and pop it in there. If you got a Windows, I don't know I don't know how to copy this on a Windows machine, but just write that code down and then you put it in there. And then you click on next. Oh, before I move on, you know where it said a minute ago, if you didn't get the verification code in your email address, in your email inbox, always go and check the spam just in case. So you click on there in a Gmail and can you see spam? Click on that just to check the Twitter email didn't go in your spam as well. Right, so now we're going to create a password. Remember, with a password, don't put 123 hello or something like that. Make it a bit more difficult with a range of numbers and different letters, uppercase and lowercase. Okay, so what has happened now, it's kind of redirected me to put in my phone number. And I don't know if you're like me, but I get a bit funny about putting my phone number. So I'm actually not going to put my phone number in. Let's see if we just click on the Twitter icon up here if it will allow us not to put a phone number in. So if we click on there, oh no, it's not going to let us do it. So yeah, we're going to have to put our phone number in. So if you put in what country you're in, so mine's the UK, put your phone number in and then click next, and I'll see you on the next page. Yay, we made it. We've done it. If you're like me and had trouble signing in using your phone number, what I had to do was tick the box that you can see on the screen right now. When I ticked it, then I was allowed to create my Twitter account. So just to let you know, in case you're having issues as well. Right, so welcome. We have now created our Twitter profile, and if I just click over here, or actually if I go to profile, so here on the left hand side, this is what my profile will look like to other people. Now, we don't want this, do we? We want to look highly professional from the start, and we want to give people as much information as we can on what it is that we do and why they should follow us on Twitter. So first thing you're going to do is we're going to upload a profile image of ourselves. This is called a banner image, which displays here as well. And don't worry, we're going to go through all of these things step by step. So if we click here where it says set up profile, let's click on that. So first thing we're going to do is upload our profile picture. This can be any picture you want if you're doing this for business purposes or to represent a company or whatever it is. For professional reasons, put a nice professional picture. You can take this on your phone. And what I always advise is if you're already on Instagram or LinkedIn, try and keep this picture consistent with all your other social media profiles. And it's just to keep that same brand image across all of your social medias, okay? So we're going to click here. I've already made one. Where's my pictures? So this is a good tip, actually. I keep a folder on my computer that is simply for social media pictures and profile pictures. So it's just easy. Anytime I want to change it, I've got it already here for me. There we go. So that's my one there. Now, this is actually for a new company I'm starting. So at some point when I get a logo made for the Oxford creators, it will be a picture of that, not me, but just so you can see for now, this is how we do it. So there we go, and then we press apply. Down here you can also zoom in. I don't obviously want to zoom in, that is way too close. You can zoom in and zoom out of your picture as well. So let's click apply. Next. Okay, so this is the header or banner image up here. Now for this one, you're going to need something that is long, so landscape, horizontal. I would advise creating something in a software called Canva. So I'll just write it here for you so you can see. So canva.com, absolutely free. Actually, let me just canva.com. Let me just quickly show. I'm not going to go into this now. If you do want me to make a separate video on this, do comment below. But this is so easy, Canva. We just literally write Twitter header. Look, it comes up. So Twitter header, click on it, and Canva will give us literally designs that we can copy and use for ourselves. So look, I love Canva so frigging much. So look, come and have a play around with this, and whatever you do, it will actually, do you know what? I'm going to do it really, really quickly now, actually. I'm obviously going to change this, but I just want you to see. So I just deleted that. The Oxford creators. Creating a new reality for excluded children in Oxfordshire. So I'm setting up kind of like a school for children at risk of exclusion in Oxfordshire. So can you see what I'm doing? So I know I'm doing this really quick. Like I said, if you want me to do a detailed video, let me know in the comments below. You can't really read that, so I'm going to make this a different font by clicking up here. I'm just going to put, oh, I don't really like that one. Let me just quickly, okay, I don't really like any of these, but just for the purpose of today's video, I'm just going to do that. I'm going to put that up there. And there we go. Okay, so we've done a really quick banner. Hopefully by the time you check out my Twitter profile, that will all be changed actually to something else. So let's download. Okay, so now that's downloaded, we're going to go back over here. And did you see what I did there? I can actually drag images into there as well. So I can either press this button, add photo, to add a photo saved from my computer, or I can just drag and drop an image in there. There we go. That's what we just did. So let's click apply. And then let's click next. Right, so your bio, this is where you're going to explain to people what it is that you do, and just give people an opportunity to follow you here on Twitter and to engage with you as well. So I'm going to put creating a new reality. Okay, so here we go. So I've put my little bio in here, creating a new reality for excluded children in Oxfordshire, brand new alternative provision launching in 2022 in Didcot that will focus on building confidence. I'm not 100% happy with how that reads, but for now, I'm just going to leave it. And remember, we can come back and edit this at any point we like. Then we're going to click next. There we go. So from what the profile was, that little egg shape, is now looking like this. Much, much better. A quick kind of brand tip for you here as well. If you've got brand colours for your business, or even if you're setting this up as an individual, but you want to be building a personal brand for yourself, try and get the colours of what it is, you know, what your brand represents. So for me, if you go to my website, let me just check this here for you quickly. So if we go to veenav.com, you'll be able to see in a minute. Can you see what my brand color is? It's this green color here. So what I do is in all my, and actually if we scroll down, you'll be able to see it's very, can you see? So as soon as you see this green, you know, oh, that's associated with me. So do you see? That's why I've got this kind of green little circle around my profile picture. And again, just a quick tip for you there. Right, let's now move on to sending your first tweet. So when we send our first tweet, we need to bear in mind that right now I'm not following anyone and I've got 0 followers. So we are going to have to use something called hashtags. And what a hashtag is it kind of clumps together groups of tweets. So if I want to give you an example, so what I'm going to do in my first tweet is I want kind of like people in the education sector to see this tweet. Now, by using a hashtag, it does not guarantee that your tweet will be seen by anyone, but it just gives you a better chance of being seen by people who are searching for that hashtag. So I'm going to put edu Twitter. Now, I'm going to say something else to you. I really want to kind of explain this in really absolute beginner terms for you. You just need to do your research on Twitter. So start following people, see what hashtags they use, write them down so you can see what people within your industry are using. Now, I'm not in the education sector. I'm trying to get into the education sector with my brand new provision I'm creating. So the reason I know teachers use this is because I've gone on teachers' profiles and they all use edu Twitter. So let me click on this so you can see. So all I did was in the search bar on the right hand side, typed in edu Twitter, and now it's going to show me all of the tweets that come up where people have used edu Twitter. So if I now use this hashtag, I will come up not in top, because the top tweets are the ones that have kind of got the most interaction. So can you see? So we've had 452 people like that tweet. We've had 622 people retweet that tweet, and I'll tell you what that is in just a second. And we've had 91 people reply to that tweet as well. So if I do that tweet, using that hashtag, I will come up here in latest. Can you see this? So this person here has just used edu Twitter, and it's come up straight away under latest. Okay, so, and everything I've just talked about, we are going to go over in just a second. So if I click on tweet now, so can you see it's come up already? Because I've just searched for it. So I'm just going to put this is our... Okay, so here we go. I've created my very first tweet from this account. I've added in 2 hashtags, first tweet and edu Twitter. We get about, I think it's 280 characters to say something, so not a massive amount. Let's go through all the features here. So everyone can reply. If I want to check, so as soon as I press tweet now, anyone will be able to see this tweet. If I want to limit who sees this, I simply click here, and I can put people who you follow or only people you mention. So, like I said, at the moment, anybody can see it. If I click on this option, only the people who I follow, and bear in mind, we're not following anyone right now, are we? But if I put people you follow, they will be able to see it. Only people you mention, that means that if I, for example, put in, so what's my other Twitter? I think it's official Veena V. So if I put in that and changed, so this is someone else's username, so this is my other username. Okay, now if I click this to only people you mention, that person, so me, I am the only person that's gonna see that. So I just wanted to go through those options in case, for example, you wanted to tweet someone specific who isn't following you, and only they'll be able to see it, not your other followers. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If it doesn't, just comment your question below. So there we go. So I'm going to delete that for now. Oh, and did you actually see, let's put that back in for a second. So Twitter will tell us when we're over our limit of characters. So right now I'm over by -6. So to change that, you just keep on deleting stuff until we're back in the yellow. So there we go. Okay, I can also add a picture to this tweet as well if I want. So that will gain a lot more attention. If I connect a picture to this, you can also add a gift, polls, emojis you can add to this as well. And what I love is, let me click off that for a second. I love this feature because I can schedule this tweet. And what that means is I can write some tweets right now with you, but I don't have to have them going out immediately. So if I click tweet, that will send it out this instant right now. But if I click here on schedule, I can schedule this for another time. So I can schedule this to go out on January the 11th, 2022 at 9:39, or on another. You can just change this to whenever you want, the 20th of January. I just love this. So you can schedule tweets in here, and then any tweets you scheduled come up there as well. So let's just click off that for a second. So there we go. That is how we do our first tweet. Shall I press the button? Let's go for it. So let's click on tweet. There we go. That is now sent. And to show you this in action, the hashtags. So again, if we now click on latest, There we go. My tweet has now come up here, okay? On the subject of hashtags, let's cover that again. Like I said, whatever industry you are in, whoever you're trying to target, go on their profiles, start following them, and keep a note of their hashtags that they're using. So simply by me going edu Twitter, I can now see the tweets of other people. So I can write this tweet down, education, because this other person has used that as well. I can start following, if I want to start following head teachers, someone's got an account called Head Teacher Chat. So I can follow this account if I want and start seeing their tweets as well. Oh, also a great tip for you. When you're doing all this research into hashtags and you start seeing people using this hashtag as well, look at their bio and you like copy that and put it into a folder or write it down. See what they're saying in their bio to give you ideas. So I like this bit here. They've put DM for collab. That means direct message. And later on in today's tutorial, we are going to cover what is a direct message. It basically means you can message someone. So we'll cover that very soon as well. Remember, under this video, actually, there are timestamps to all the different things I'm covering in today's Twitter tutorial for beginners. So if you're watching this right now, you can pause it, you can go and look at your Twitter, you can come back to this video at any point and just skip to the place you want, whether it be how to send a DM, how to send your first tweet, what is a retweet. All of those timestamps are directly below this video in the description, okay? So let's just keep looking. Aussie Ed, that means education in Australia. So like I said, we're just going to look at people's tweets and see what other hashtags they're using that we could potentially use to target people as well. Look, I've never heard of these ones before. UK SBL chat, SLT chat. So to find out what these hashtags mean as well, we can just go into them and again, see the kinds of people that are using them as well. Right. I want to now, let's go back to here because I wanted to explain to you what all these different features were here. So we found someone's tweet now, okay? And if I wanted to reply to this person, what I would do is click here where it says reply. So we're going to click reply. Now remember, when I reply to this person, everyone on Twitter will see my response, okay? So things on Twitter are not private unless you set, like I showed you before, unless you set your tweets or your profile to private. So if I was to respond like, hey, I'm not going to send this. As soon as I click reply, this lady will see my tweet to her. My followers will also see that tweet. And anyone else who is just looking at this lady's profile or whatever it is will see that tweet as well. So just bear that in mind when you are responding to people as well. Okay, so that's how you reply to someone on Twitter. Now, if let me hashtag, I love a motivational quote. So let me put motivational quote and see what comes up here. Okay, remember this is your best friend when you're starting out on Twitter. It's the search bar here. Okay, this is my year of breakthrough, victory, expansion, double potion and success. Woo! Okay, now if I wanted to retweet this, so someone else has tweeted this. Now, what a retweet is I'm taking this person's tweet, it will go onto my profile, and my followers will be able to see it. So if I loved this motivational quote, Oh, I quite like this one actually. The past is your lesson, the present is your gift, the future is your motivation. So if I wanted to retweet this, I click here on this button, so retweet. Now let's go through the differences. So retweet, that is simply me taking this tweet, putting it on my profile so all my followers can see that. And remember, not just my followers, anyone. So for example, if you now come and see the Oxford, so twitter.com/Oxford creators, you will also see this tweet from this person because I've retweeted it, even if you don't follow me. Now, if I click on quote tweet, that means I can add my own comment. So I could be like, love this quote. Okay. And again, that means people will see my comment and then see this tweet from this person. And then I click on tweet. Okay. Let me just, so I'm going to discard that. Let me just say the difference as well between these two things. So when I'm replying to someone on Twitter, all I'm doing is adding my thoughts to this conversation. So if I click on reply and put love this, that's all anyone will see. They'll just see me tweeting to someone else, love this. Now, if I want my followers to see this person's tweet and I want my followers to see my comment on this great motivational quote here, that's when I use the retweet button. So that's the difference between the two. If I just want to add something to the Twitter conversation, I press reply. If I want to actually have this on my profile and for my followers to see it, then I'm going to press retweet. If I don't want to get involved in the conversation, I don't want to share this, but I just want to show this person some engagement and some love and that I liked what they're saying or their quote, then I'm going to click on the like button. Okay, so those are the differences so far. And this one here is share. So if I click on share right now, I can copy the link and I can put that onto my Facebook page or my Instagram. I can send it to someone privately in a message, and we're going to cover that in just a second. Or I can bookmark it. So if we go here where it says messages, now with messages, this is completely private between you and the other person. So if we go back up here, let's search for me on Twitter. So official Veena V. Remember I said this will be your best friend, the search tab. So here we search for hashtags, we search for people. So if you know the person's username, so mine's at official Veena V, it will come up straight away here. So let me click on there. And this is how we follow someone. So if you want to follow someone, you just hit the tab here. The button. We just click follow. And there we go. And then Twitter is recommending to us other people we might follow. So this is another one of my accounts, the Mum to Millionaire podcast. And you can click show more to get inspiration of other people that you can follow on Twitter. So let me just go back there. Right. If we want to direct message, so message someone privately, we click on this envelope button. So click message, start a new message. Hey, it's me. And that's all you do. You click this arrow, send. That is now sent to that person. Do not get discouraged if people do not respond to you, because this message, because I'm not following my other account, the Oxford Creators, this message is actually going to go and get put in my kind of other folder. And a lot of people on Twitter may not check their other folder. So if you kind of desperately want to get hold of someone on Twitter, send them a DM, a direct message, but then you also might have to tweet them as well. Okay, so before I mentioned something called bookmark. What bookmark is, say if you find a really interesting tweet from someone, okay? So this is one of my tweets on my other account. If I wanted to save this tweet and reference it at a later date in my bookmark section, what we do is we've gone through all of these different features. We click here on the arrow up, click on bookmark, and now that has been added to my bookmark section. No one else can see this except for you, okay? So if we click on bookmarks, that tweet has now come up. So for the Oxford Creators account, I might use this bookmark function if there's other kind of, I don't know, educational provisions out there in Oxfordshire and I want to get some inspiration. You can really use this for whatever you want. So anyway, let me just unbookmark that. So we're going to click on it again and remove tweet from bookmarks. There we go. So when you set up your Twitter account, just become familiar with all these kind of features here as well. So we've got the Explore button. This is where you can see what people are tweeting about, what's trending in the UK or trending in whatever country you're in. There's different categories here. You can see what's going on. Notifications. This is when someone will follow you, someone mentions you in a tweet, it will come up here in your notifications. Messages we've gone through, which is direct messages. Bookmarks, so you can save. Oh, that didn't. Let's press that again to remove that from bookmarks. There you go. Lists, right. Twitter lists. This is where you can put people in specific lists, and these are public as well. So what do I mean by a list? Actually, let's see what we've got here. So London Life. So someone has created a list called London Life, and they've put all things about London culture in it. So this is the person that's created the list. And you've got 1.3 thousand followers following this list. So let's just click on it so we can better see what's going on here. So what this list is about, like we said, is everything to do with London culture. So this person is putting into his list different people that are talking about London, and he's just made a list for people. So you can then follow this list without following the person. Does that make sense? So let me just walk through this with you. So if we want to start our own list, we click on the plus sign here. So I might put, I don't know, Oxfordshire school news as an example, okay? Then we're going to put the description. So we would write something like, follow this list for the latest Oxfordshire news regarding primary and secondary schools, as an example. Oh, I didn't realise. Look, I've just learned something. So actually, you can make this list private. So if you wanted to collate lots of different information that you want to look back and help you with research, you want to keep an eye on what other people are doing, you can make the list private. But again, this is another way actually to get followers, to really gain some authority on Twitter, is about creating lists. So that is that feature there. I'm not going to use that right now. Profile, this is obviously where we've gone through this already. This is where we can change our profile picture, our Twitter header, our little bio here as well. We can see the tweets we've done, and then if we click on more, this is where we've got other things which we won't go into today. Oh, actually, something I really wanted to quickly show you is if you want to maybe start a conversation on Twitter, what you need to do is tag people into your tweet. And what we call that on Twitter is mentioning people. So as an example, if I just listen to someone's podcast, so I've got my own podcast called Mum to Millionaire, I could say on Twitter to everyone, like, I wanted them to go and check out this podcast. So I could say, I don't know, just listened to. Now you need to know the person's username. So obviously I know my username of my podcast. It's Mum to Million. And it should come up in a second as well. There we go. So just listen to the @Mum to Millionaire podcast. Great interviews with mums and millionaires. Go and check it out, or something like that. Go and check it. Now, if I press tweet, my other account now is going to get notified that I've done that. So this is a great way of reaching out to people and starting conversations, because by you tweeting people, not only are you letting the podcast host know that you love their episode, remember, this person, which is me, I could then retweet the tweet that I have just sent, and I can get more followers that way. Now, on Twitter, we're never doing anything to just get more followers. It's about reaching out to people, making connections. I have made so many connections on Twitter. It is actually incredible. A lot of people actually that I featured on the Mum to Millionaire podcast, I have met through Twitter by simply engaging in other people's conversations and then messaging them on Twitter and asking them if they would like to be on my podcast. So good luck, okay? I'm sending you so much love. Twitter is an amazing place to grow your brand, to get involved with the community, make new connections. A very important thing I didn't do was show you where to put your website address, or you can link to any other link like a YouTube video, a LinkedIn account, whatever it is. So let's go back to our profile. So remember, we click on profile, click edit profile. As you see, I've already kind of added this in actually. Follow our AP, Alternative Provision Journey. We can edit the bio if we want. This is where you add your website in. So for now, I haven't actually got a website, so I'm just going to put veenav.com for that, and that's it. That's where you put your website. That's how you edit your profile. Kabam, press save. All done, and there we go. I've got my location of where I am, and we've put our website address in as well.
I am so blimmin' proud of you. Well done. You have set up your Twitter account. Make sure you follow me if you're not doing so already. I've got so many different Twitter accounts. I will leave them all below. But my main one will be up on the screen right now. So do give me a follow. And now tweet me, practice, tweet me and let me know that you watched this tutorial and you've just set up your Twitter account, and that's what you're tweeting from. I cannot wait to see you over there in the world of Twitter. Thank you so much for watching today's Twitter tutorial for beginners. There's some other social media tutorials up on the screen right now, which will really help you. And my message for today is take action. You know, whatever the reason is, you've set up your Twitter account. In life, you've got to put yourself out there, use your voice, make a little bit of noise. And I promise you, whatever your goal is, you will reach it, but you've got to keep going and you've got to keep raising awareness about yourself and what you're trying to do in the world. Sending you so much love, light and laughter. My name's Veena V and I will see you in the next video.